The rapidness of change here is kind of mind-blowing. The country is on an insane trajectory.
El Salvador still is the place that if you have the dream to have a beachfront water property, you can do it.
Europeans loving it here, American Canadians.
People looking for freedom from their own countries.
The real estate developments is crazy. Everywhere where you go, you will see like projects, buildings.
The reasoning behind buying real estate in a country and the reasoning behind buying a passport of the country are very similar.
A lot of clients also are approaching El Salvador as a startup.
We try and make sure to guide our clients in the right direction, like which projects are the best to buy into.
Bitcoin have been really one of those tools that have been inclusive for everyone. Doesn't matter if it's a big hotel, big company, a big restaurant, the same little business owners are participating, and tourism is booming here. Last year we received more tourism than Costa Rica. That plan B can become plan A.
Welcome to another episode of CitizenX podcast. Today, I'm joined by Roman Martinez, co-founder of Bitcoin Beach, that started this entire Orange revolution, a circular economy here in Bitcoin Beach that Orange built an entire country. And we also joined by his wife, Lexi, with whom they co-founded later on a local real estate consulting firm called Goodlife. Thank you guys for joining me today. So you guys been very generous. I really appreciate you for taking me out a couple times, inviting me for dinners, coming over for barbecue. And through all that, I got to meet some of your clients, your real estate investors or people coming here, relocating here, buying real estate. And I got to see that the objective, the reasoning behind buying real estate in a country and the reasoning behind buying a passport of the country are very similar. Like your clients and my clients are coming here with basically the same belief. The country is on an insane trajectory. It's a really good hedge against literally the rest of the world. Like Europeans loving it here. It's a good hedge, geographical and geopolitical for them. American Canadians, great hedge for them, geographical and geopolitical again. So they come here. They buy real estate, they buy passports, and that's what I want to discuss today. Definitely one of the things that I want to discuss today. But how about we just start with your audience? Like let's talk about your client portrait. Who are the people coming to El Salvador and buying real estate?
We have people from all over the world, really. I think we have a lot of Bitcoiners. We have entrepreneurs, I would say people from all over the world, but a lot of people that are like-minded. So people looking for freedom from their own countries, also looking for a better lifestyle. So I would say Canadians from the US, Europeans, Australians, we have clients from New Zealand, Czech Republic, I mean, everywhere, really all around the world, but probably majority United States and Canada. And then also hermanos lejanos, Salvadorians that are living in the United States that are looking to come back to El Salvador, invest, relocate, start a business, and be involved in what's happening.
Reconnect with the roots.
Yeah.
If you were to guess the statistics, I'm sure you don't have the numbers in your head, but what is the percentage between I'm relocating versus this is my investment?
Of our clients, I would say about 20 to maybe 30% are looking to relocate entirely. But if they're interested in a vacation home, oftentimes in the back of their mind, they're thinking relocation eventually.
And
I can relate.
Yeah.
And I think like for many of our clients, it's the first step, to have a plan B, right, basically. But that plan B can become plan A, and that is what we're seeing more that, for many reasons, it's hard to relocate entirely like in one move, right? So most of the clients that I will say have been buying something here, have been investing here, they know it's their first step. And it's a way to spend more time here, understanding the culture, understanding the country. But I also see like after, so some of our clients like saying, you know what, my plan was not spending more time in El Salvador, but now I'm going to change the positive, So we're seeing more and more.
Or someone will buy a condo unit and say, we'll talk to them. Are you interested in renting it? I don't know yet. I want to use it a little bit first and see how I feel. So.
Yeah. Definitely understand. And I mean, relocation is a big step, especially if you come in with a family. So dipping your toes, trying it out, understanding what works for you, that makes total sense to me. I'm here for a month now with my entire family, my parents, my children. We are looking to see at ways how we can spend more time here, what works for us. So I understand other families doing the same.
Yeah, and especially when you're coming as a family, because you're considering, what am I going to do for education? Do I have access to healthcare? All of these things, right? I think especially when you have small kids, like there's a lot to consider.
Yeah, I immigrated as a 21-year-old to the U.S. Obviously, it was hard, but it was much easier than if I was moving with an entire family. And then I spent lots of time in Mexico, again, as a single girl working remotely. That was very easy, but moving here with a family would be completely different. But this time, after spending a month here, I'm kind of mind blown. I got to talk to lots of families fully relocated here. And like this one family from Sweden told me, well, one of the reasons we're still here is because the schools are just so good. And that's something I did not expect. I was like, what do you mean? Like, I know there's a education reform going on. And he's like, yeah, with public schooling, they're reforming it. We all know it's been going crazy good for them. But he's like, there are 4 private schools in San Salvador, the British, American, German, and French. And they're in British school. And they said the education is amazing. And I was like, okay, how much does it cost? And they go, $6,000 a year. And that blew my mind. Like elementary private school in Austin would be 60, like not kidding. So there is access to solid education for your kids. And I did not expect that.
That, and also one of the questions that a lot of people have is in terms of healthcare, the healthcare system. And I think you can speak on that, but people get surprised when we have 2 systems, one that is public and one that is private. And the system, the public, I have to say this because it has been improving like a lot, and it's getting there in the same mindset that President Bukele say, like the public have to be same quality or better than the private, and it's getting there. But the private system, I will say, in many things, it's even better than the USA or Europe, And
well, definitely the attentiveness of doctors here in the private system. Like you can message your doctor the same day and they'll respond to you, or after hours. Where in the United States, like, I'm pregnant. I had my baby here in El Salvador, my first kid, and the attentiveness I had from my doctor was crazy and not something that my friends in United States received. So
yeah, schedule an appointment 4 weeks out because you need an emergency something, and it's like, oh, okay. But in Russia, growing up in Russia, I saw the same 2 systems working in parallel, and that really worked well for my family always, because again, if you need something urgently, if you need some special care that that you want to request precisely, you go to the private clinic. And funny enough, it would be the same doctors working different shifts. Like from Monday to Wednesday in a public clinic, from Thursday through Saturday in a private clinic. So they would like transfer you sometimes and be like, okay, I saw you here. So I'm actually, I think two system working in parallel is the right move, giving you optionality. All right. Lifestyle too. I was here a year ago, here in Bitcoin Beach. And then I came here a year later, and I walked through the same street and I can't recognize where I'm at. And I got really confused because I couldn't find a restaurant that I really liked, because I didn't realize that 2 more places got built out around both sides of the place. And I was like, oh, okay. So again, the rapidness of change here is kind of mind-blowing. So maybe those investors are like, look, it would be a little too much effort to build the lifestyle I want right now, but I know 3 years from now, I'll have to do nothing to have the same lifestyle as I have in Europe, for example.
Yeah, no, I think it's changing a lot. Like in the last couple years, there's so many things that have been happening here in Zonte, including roads have been paid, and just that was a big dream coming true, right? Like, and but yeah, I definitely also hear from clients that say like, it's too simple for my wife still, I can come along, I can come surfing, but my wife is still will need like chops to like, do your hair, do your nails, your massage. But I think we're getting there.
Yeah, we did a whole blog post about how to convince your wife to move to El Salvador, which I can share with you later.
I got a nice Thai massage yesterday. I can share contacts.
No,
Yeah.
the thing about I lived in New York City for almost 10 years before I moved to El Salvador. And so you can imagine the difference. Of course, people moving here from other places, they're not going to have immediately the exact lifestyle that they have somewhere else. But I think it's about actually the shift in lifestyle that some people really need. Like for me in New York, everything was too busy. I needed to slow it down. Here, you still have so much happening socially, so many new businesses moving here, this like hopefulness and excitement, but you also have a slower pace of life where you can get up and watch the sunrise, watch the sunset, go to the beach. Even if you're not living at the beach, you still have that rhythm. So I think, and that change, that shift, I think people are really craving.
I can definitely relate to that. My parents are here, and my dad said, I haven't slept that good in years. And I can understand why. Like, he's watching the sunrise. He's watching the sunset. The circadian rhythms. The jet crew's got something going on, right?
Yeah.
Like, he got something right there. So, yeah, they're feeling really good. This pregnancy, I felt really bad the entire first trimester and even going into second trimester. The moment I got here, no headaches. Like nothing. I feel so good, so energetic. And I'm like, yeah, thank you, sun. Thank you, ocean. Thank you, El Salvador.
No, definitely. And I think like for now we're seeing a lot of the stage, at least on the beach, on the coast, what we're seeing is like, people that like to build things, that have this mentality of entrepreneurial people, like to be the first ones, And a lot of clients also are approaching El Salvador as a startup, like kind of like an early stage startup that is moving in the right direction. But we talk a lot about our clients, about the lifestyle that is more simple here, but the things also that you can afford here, like I talked to some of our clients, like here in El Salvador, if you want to eat fish or lobster every day, you can do it, it's really cheap, comparing to the USA, right? Or having help, having people working for you at home is more affordable, I get, I don't know, shock when I hear like how much Lexi's friends pay for a nanny in the USA,
And now we're the same as for the day here. Like in the US, 1 hour of nannying is literally the same as a full day here.
Yeah, it's crazy. So I think it's definitely in the stage that we're here, we're understanding that if you want to have that same lifestyle that you have in the USA, it might be you got to be more close to the city, but if you want more like a simple life, wow, this is a great place to be now.
Yeah. And also when you're thinking about surfing, living at the beach, and being very close to a city, an urban city, like 45 minutes an hour driving, there's not a lot of places in Central America where that exists, like in Nicaragua, Costa Rica, you're talking about hours until you're getting to the main city. So I think El Salvador, just the way that the country is structured, you can live at the beach and be very close to all of the necessities that a city offers.
Yeah, I actually wanted to discuss that. So I feel like coming to El Salvador, you have basically 3 options. You can be in the city, traffic, definitely, but close to everything. You need to find your neighborhood that you like. You have close proximity. You can walk to Super Selecto, Sol, everything. But you're 45 minutes from the beach. You can live on the beach, which is a fully beach lifestyle. Like, yeah, you can drive to one plaza in Surf City, buy stuff, get whatever you need, but it's a beach lifestyle. And then there is a suburbia, which is a beautiful, like Zaragoza, seem to be very, very popular for expats too, because it's this like suburban lifestyle. What is 15 minutes from the city, right?
20, 25 minutes, 30 minutes from the beach, 30 minutes to the city. It's right in the middle.
In between, And I met a couple of families, including Russian lady with her family here. She's like, yeah, every weekend we come to the beach. We still go to the city once or twice a week, but we live full time in Zaragoza, and that's like in between. And those three are three completely different lifestyles, but they're all so close that you can truly pick and choose. And I was even wondering, like, when I first visited El Salvador, I was like, no, I probably would be in the city and I would just drive to the beach. Now that I spent a month on the beach, I'm like, yeah, we would be in the beach lifestyle. And then we visited Zaragoza, and I'm like, maybe that would be a little easier for a full-time lifestyle with like a house on the beach.
Or you can have a house in all three places, like.
Yeah, I know some people do that too. The biggest thing is the traffic, I would say. Like, at what point in the day do you have to drive? And that can help you determine like where you want to be.
Yeah, we've been scheduling all our appointments on Saturdays in the city. Yeah, because Saturday morning you drive to the city, zero problems. Like, you are no traffic. Yeah, perfect. And then I had to go to the U.S. Embassy Wednesday morning. Got stuck bad. And I was like, maybe that's why there are so many helicopters by the beach. People just commute on a helicopter. No. Is it a real thing? Like,
no.
Why not? Because like the drive is not very pleasant. All this altitude changes, and like for me, pregnant, it's pretty crazy. I get very seasick. By the time I'm in the city, I need a minute to relax. But I was thinking it would be a 5-minute helicopter ride.
There's another business idea. That's what I was to come start it.
We were just discussing it. Like, yeah, there's JFK to downtown New York, Uber. You just plug into local Uber, get a couple of helicopters. People will pay to avoid this drive.
Yeah.
So if somebody's listening out there, get a helicopter, get it set up. I would love to use it.
We have some friends that might be doing that. So
yeah.
But yeah, I would say like we live in the beach, and that's what we choose. But we like to go to El Encanto on the weekends to have a different setting. It's a little bit cooler there, even though it's still nice. So what you're saying is true. You can be in one place and you can kind of experience all different kinds of lifestyles.
Yeah, for those listening, El Encanto is like absolutely nice country club. Kind of blew my mind because it almost feels like a little out of place, right? You're driving through brand new roads because the drive actually has been rebuilt probably recently, right? From La Libertad to the city. But then still, you come to this country club and everything is polished, luxurious, so nice. You're like, whoa, what am I doing here?
No, and if you have clients or anybody that's interested in visiting El Encanto, we can do a full tour and show what it really is to live there and experience like the amenities and everything. So I think it's definitely worth experiencing that if people are thinking about relocating here, even if it's not their first idea, because it really is such a wonderful place to be.
Yeah, and that is part of. We're Bitcoiners, right, Katie, before real estate person. So I do have...
And surfer before Bitcoiners.
Yeah, and surfer for Bitcoiners, right? Like, but as a Bitcoiner, I understand that you gotta add value, and that's why our business model, like in the real estate side, it have been working with the people, working with our clients, not just... We have so many clients that call us like, what can I buy now? What is the best opportunity I can find right now? And like, it doesn't work like this. You got to come here. We got to meet with you. We got to understanding what you want to do, what lifestyle you want to have, and based on that, we're working together to make a plan for you, and it's so funny because there are so many people that never been to El Salvador and already have like, I want to be by the beach, all day long, and then they come here and they're like, this is too hot for me. I want to be more cooler, and they end in being more into the mountain, because it's more fresh. But I think it's interesting, like when people, yeah, go ahead.
Give me like 3-5 sentences on like, okay, the beach lifestyle gets you this and that, and this is what you can expect from real estate market here, and this is how it's gonna work. And then Zaragoza and El Encanto in particular, and then we can do the same for the city.
Beach living gets you outdoor activities, lots of sun, sand, like feeling very much immersed in nature. In El Zonte specifically, community, like a really beautiful community. You have all the local shop owners. Every morning you go out for a walk and you see the same faces and say the same hellos. And I would say those are kind of the main, like you get surf and sand and sport and nature and community.
And I think the most important thing is that you can afford a beachfront property, like maybe El Zonte maybe will be more expensive, but El Salvador still is the place that if you have the dream to have a beachfront water property, you can do it, That is, in California, for example, like it will be like crazy,
Mid-8
Like
figures.
here, you wake up in the morning. Like if you're living at the beach, you wake up in the morning, you make a coffee or you buy a coffee at the local shop. You walk on the beach, you say hi to friends, you walk your dogs, you go back, maybe you work during the day, you take a long lunch. At night, or you go for a surf, you do something active like a yoga class or something. And then in the evenings, everybody gathers to watch the sunset. Maybe you go for dinner and then you go to bed pretty early, right? So that's kind of like it's a full day of being outside and active and also time for working and doing what you need.
And with community, I can definitely relate. In El Zonte, there are those trucks driving around with produce, and that's where I buy my produce. So I walk in and I'm with a double stroller and pregnant, and I'm like trying to load it into my stroller, and the driver's like, I'll just drop it off at your house. And I'm like, oh, now I need to explain the address. And he's like, no, I know where you live. I'm like, man, I've only been here for 3 weeks. This guy knows where I live. He'll deliver my groceries. I get home. It's already in the kitchen on the table. Like he figured everything out. He brought it in. Like amazing. So yeah, I could definitely relate to that.
Definitely. And like one of the best things is here you can walk around without your shoes on. It's just like very casual. I would say the city, what you get is access. Like you have direct access to, here you have restaurants too, but there you have like really anything that you would want. Like all the kinds of shops that you need, grocery stores, PriceSmart, which some people know as Costco. And then probably if you have a business or you're really entrepreneurial focused or you have a lot of meetings, like the city is the best place to be. Or if you're sending your kids to school in the city. Yeah. So I'd say like really the access there. And there's some beautiful places to spend time in the city too. Like it's not just really urban and lots of traffic and everything. There's like great places to spend time, parks and things.
The downtown San Salvador is getting like...
Yeah, a central historic district.
It's beautiful, and... For everyone looking to come and check El Salvador, they should come for the Max and Stacy event in the...
I've been telling a couple of my clients who are interested in relocating here, buying passport here, I've been telling them your best time to come is mid-November. There will be a couple great events. There will be good community. There will be opportunities to look at tour real estates, to do all kinds of activities from the beach to the city. So yeah, we're expecting lots of people come check out El Salvador.
Bitcoin Histórico.
Yeah, Bitcoin Histórico.
And then in places like Zaragoza, when you talk about these residential communities, like gated residential communities, for example, the golf course that's there, it's there you get family activities, kids activities, tennis courts, a beautiful clubhouse with a pool, swimming classes, all kinds of kids activities,
tennis,
golf. So I think that there's a lot of families that live there, or actually there's all kinds of people, like young couples, people that are retiring, families, because you have you kind of have everything you need in in that one place.
And I will say also after the after COVID, also like a lot of people are looking to, I think it's everywhere, that want to leave the city and being more into the tour, you know. And Katie, many people that come to El Salvador, they know we have good surfing. Beaches are beautiful, you know, volcanic sand, black volcanic sand. But the reality is that we do have mountains too, you know, like a lot of like coffee farms, coffee areas where we grow a lot of coffee. And a lot of people, they came with like I say, they were living here in Bitcoin Beach. And, you know, Bitcoin Beach is more expensive now. And there are not many places also. That's another thing that this year is going to change with the new projects that are going to be done, the apartments and condominiums. But before, to find a long-term solution here to stay was hard, you know?
Yeah, I mean, there's still scarcity. Like, there's scarcity of real estate here in a Bitcoin Beach, and we can see that. Like, beachfront properties obviously will always be scarce, while El Salvador still has an opportunity to get those for you. But even condos, yes, they're being built. But I looked at your guys' list, and it's like 80% sold out, still breaking the ground. And I'm like, okay. Yeah, scarcity is scarcity on beach, Bitcoin Beach real estate is definitely there.
Yeah, and of course, you really want to make sure you know who you're working with and that you're buying into the right developments. So we try and make sure to guide our clients in the right direction, like which projects are the best to buy into. But yeah, there's many of the projects that we've represented, like we sold through it far before breaking ground. Especially in El Zonte, like always.
There are a few things that when you come here, you can see it, right? Because you can see the tourism. Tourism is booming here. And the real estate developments is crazy. Everywhere where you go, you will see like projects, buildings, right? I don't know if you hear too that it was this year, I think, last year, we received more tourism than Costa Rica. It was a big news, right? And that is, I think, all the hotels owners here are like, well, booking a hotel room in the high season, I think definitely will be challenged now.
Yeah. Book your hotels for Bitcoin Historico. Because if you want to stay in November at Bitcoin Beach, man, you better catch up.
Yeah, no, it's already, like, a lot of our clients can't find places to stay. And we have a couple of projects that will be closing in October, November. So there's going to be some more occupancy available. But yeah, you want to plan ahead, well ahead.
Well, guess what? I went to a Bitcoin Beach meetup yesterday.
The dinner?
Without you guys.
Yeah.
And that was...
it was my birthday last night. Yesterday.
Yeah. So what was interesting is there were people from Iceland, Sweden, Australia, France, the US, what else? Russia. And I was like, this is so cool. It's like, in 2017, Bitcoin felt so special because there was a small, weird community. And now you come to Bitcoin Beach and there's this small, weird community of people who are really into the same things. So that was beautiful to go to this meetup.
It's such an international community. Like, it's so cool. Even living here, like this last week, we had dinner with you guys, and then our other client who speaks Russian, and like then the other night we're having dinner with people from Spain, and it's like, it's amazing because you have exposure to people from all over, but again, like-minded people,
That brings a good point. Many of my clients asked, how are locals with all this tourism? And my answer, and that's my perception to that, they haven't been spoiled by tourists yet. They haven't seen a wave of expats coming to their country. Like, you come to Mexico City right now, like, people gonna hate you there. You're gonna be called gringo all the time, and they just gonna dislike the fact that you're there. Not as a woman, but as a man for sure. And here, Salvadorans are very kind people to begin with, but they also have never seen tourists. Like, they haven't been spoiled for the last 40 years. Not a single tourist stepped a foot here. Obviously exaggeration, but still, that's a fact. And now all these people who are obsessed with your country coming to say, wow, you guys are doing so good. We want to be part of it. So people who are coming here, coming to try and adapt, learn Spanish, and experience El Salvador rather than bring their own culture here. And the Salvadorans are very welcoming.
It's been my experience specifically with Bitcoiners that the Bitcoin clients that we have want to integrate. They want to integrate. They're frustrated that they don't know Spanish yet. They're not flashy. They're humble. You know, it's like, this is what our experience has been. And I think it's really incredible because you have people that actually want to participate, not just take the best things about something and make it only their own, right? And I think that's really also special about what's happening in El Zonte. It's the right kind of person coming here.
And my clients will be like, well, I'll tell them about Bitcoin Beach and how I can pay for everything in Bitcoin. They're like, well, why would you spend your Bitcoin? And I'm like, did you come to this country? The best thing you can do is pay in Bitcoin, like bring the local community to Bitcoin. And you were saying at the Bitcoin meetup a couple of weeks ago, and I was like, yeah, that's one of the best thing I can do. Like, sometimes I have to not force them, but be like, no, I prefer to pay in Bitcoin. Like, you will have to figure out how to accept it. And because I'm a paying customer, sometimes they'll be like, yeah, let me figure it out. Like, I haven't accepted many transactions in Bitcoin, so let me figure it out. And I feel like, yeah, it might be a little pushy sometimes, but like, they'll thank me later, I guess. And I had this really fun experience. I went to thrift shop at El Tunco, and the girl is like, I'm new here, I don't know how to do it. And I'm like, give it to me. I know how to do it. I know how to use this. And they had a pretty solid Bitcoin treasury there. I can tell you that. Like, they've clearly accepted quite a few transactions before. It's just a new cashier there. So I went out of my way to make sure that I pay with Bitcoin every time I possibly can here.
No, and this is like, you know, before Bitcoin Beach here in our community, we used to see the tourists coming to stay in a beautiful hotel, and when they were walking into the community, they find a local vendor that sell coconuts on the street, and the tourists say like, can I buy a cocoa? Yes. Can I pay with credit card? And the guy said like, I don't have even like a bank account, so how can I receive it, you know? So what you're saying is, when you come to El Salvador, even you will spend money anyway. You come here to spend money, so why not putting in Bitcoin and spending through Bitcoin, you know? And like this, you make sure that the locals, like, Bitcoin have been really one of those tools that have been inclusive for everyone, you know, that it doesn't matter if it's a big hotel, a big company, a big restaurant, but so the same little business owners in the street are participating in what's happening.
On the theme of Bitcoin, because for me, for example, yeah, sometimes you don't want to spend your Bitcoin, but it's easier. Like, sometimes I just use it because it is simply easier. I don't have any cash on me. You know, there's a cafe here and she accepts cash and Bitcoin. And that's it. And sometimes we don't have cash. So it's like, all right, maybe I don't want to spend this that I have in my wallet, but I'm going to do it because it's just easier. But I think in both, like, there's small examples of that, like buying a coconut or buying a coffee. But then there's larger transactions. For example, we work with an interior design company right now who's furnishing a lot of the units that we've been selling here in El Zonte. And right now they're doing like a collection of payments. And it's amazing to me because I'm CC'd on these emails. The credit card link's not working. The transfer isn't working. And even when the clients are like, I don't want to use my Bitcoin on this because it's a $40,000 transaction, they're using Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Because it's easy.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, the credit card isn't working. I've tried 6 different times. Just send me a link to pay with Bitcoin.
Yeah.
And that's it.
If only there was a monetary network that works 24/7, yeah, where you can couple clicks, done.
Yeah. And we onboard, I mean, when we started working with this interior design company, I said to them, you guys have to figure out a way to accept Bitcoin. you have to, and so we got them onboarded but yeah, anyway, it's just an easy way of payment. It makes things much more seamless.
Many clients have been purchasing like their apartment or homes with Bitcoin because it's already in Bitcoin. Why I'm gonna, and so many people have been doing that dream, that they understand in Bitcoin is a better investment. It's better than real estate. But we all need a home. We all have a dream to have a home, and that have been super special to see so many people that don't need to do it in some ways, but they want to do it, and they have been choosing El Salvador to saying like, I will never going to spend Bitcoin to buy a home in the USA or Canada, but I do want to do it here in El Salvador.
It means something different.
Yeah. No, that's true. I can definitely understand that. Well, I really hope we get to see a couple of properties together, guys. I really want to show our clients what they can come and build here. Or, by the way, that was another surprise, that building here is not absolutely hard. Because my expectation was I have a very specific vision of a house for my family with very specific needs. And I was like, man, we can never buy a house like this simply because those don't exist. So it would have to be built, but building in a foreign country, in El Salvador, where the real estate development wasn't that big of a deal for the last many years. And then I come here, there are beautiful houses, very well built, and they're building all over the country. And I'm realizing, no, developing is happening. Builders are here. There are good builders. And I was like, okay, that is much easier. So that was a big surprise for me too.
And one thing you'll find when you go with us to see properties is the wide variety. Like I said, residential community, pre-construction projects that are happening, oceanfront condos, beautiful modern homes with ocean view and gated communities near the beach. So there's a lot of different options. Like you said, you can buy land and build and do it right. Or you could buy something that exists, or even buy something to renovate,
And this is also part of what we do, Katie, is that we educating our clients. Like, for example, if someone want to start working with us, it's like, if you've already been here and you know what you want, or if it's just like a pure investment, it's we have clients that never have been here and they have been purchasing properties, right? But when you have a lifestyle investment and you want to understand this, it's part of what we do when they come here. We do a workshop with an architect, with an engineer, with accounting, with a lawyer, that they understanding like, okay, if I cannot find my dream home here, I can build it, and we have the team that we're working with, and is in the end of the day, that is the connections, the network that give the clients the confidence that things can be built here how you want it,
Everything's possible in El Salvador.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think El Salvador is the country that if you're going to build your home or you're going to buy a home, so build your dream home,
Yeah.
And
We'll do.
We'll do.
Well, thank you guys. Really appreciate you joining me today.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank
for
you.
having us.
And yeah, we'll have another episode where we will actually go and see the properties. So I think that'll be good.
So people now can buy the passport, and you will include in the house with that?
I will include the education on how you can get the house. All right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So this is the country club development that we're going to take you around. In this community, you can buy a lot. You can buy a lot and build your own house with whatever builder using Goodlife concierge service to help you with that. Or you can buy a lot and choose from existing projects for the local builder to complete your house so you can move in. There are a few houses for resale that are on the secondary market as well. So reach out. Let's find what works for you. And this is how you convince your wife to move to El Salvador.
It's a big fortune. It's huge. It's a fucking huge fortune. We will see these houses because this is a new product that they have. Like,
get a load.
Already building, finishing homes, 650,000. If you don't want to buy the lot and you already want a house, we're all like all of the same, you know?
Yeah. So you just choose a project out of like 2-3 options.
Yeah. And then this is the only condominiums apartments, the whole residential, but they're not apartments so that only resell. So like there's
Yeah.
having here too, so
Truly feels like you're in a spa resort. You know, you came here for a retreat. That's why it's so green.
14 casas. This is how they're gonna look.
What does 2 levels mean? That the house is 2 levels,
Yeah.
or they build it?
No, 2 levels. You
Okay.
can see it here.
Have the local builder to get you a house from the chosen project, and that's one of the projects you can choose from.
Yeah. This is how they're gonna look like.
Yeah, so like I could go ahead and buy potentially a house here for like 900, right?
Yeah. 650. Some of these, we have a house reselling this one for 7.
Oh, okay.
Something, yeah.
So that 650 kind of includes the lot.
Yeah.
Oh wow, okay.
That is already with the,
Wow, okay.
yeah.
Okay, these are beautiful houses.
Look at this one.
Yeah. And it, yeah, blows my mind. So we're back to La Libertad area. So these are the series of beach towns: El Tunco, Surf City, El Sunzal, El Zonte. And we are not currently at the beachfront. We are actually behind the highway in the mountain hill, but it's a gated community, probably 6 minutes drive to the beach. And you get the beach access through the beach club located right here, probably between El Sunzal and El Tunco. And this house is currently being completed. It's probably 95% done. And that actually makes me appreciate the quality of the materials because I see everything brand new. And that was another question that I had. Are the import-export rails are all set up that the country is able to get high-quality materials for builders? And yeah, here I can see that you can source basically any kind of materials you want for high-quality construction. So yeah, beautiful gated community, 6 minutes to the beach access through the beach club. Pretty awesome.